Secretary, how many employees does the Department of Health and Human Services have?
Roughly 90,000, Senator.
And your testimony is that half are back in the office full-time and half aren't?
That the OMB guidance essentially calls for a process where we could have
I
physically.
understand the OMB guidance.
Yeah.
Is it your testimony that half are back of those 90,000 are back in the office full-time and half aren't?
My testimony is that we are in compliance with the OMB guidance on how we handle the workforce.
Is it your testimony that half of the 90,000 are back in the office full-time and half aren't?
Again, my testimony is that we are complying with the OMB guidance. We can make sure you know what the guidance is, so you know what we're complying with.
Is. I'm just trying to understand how you've implemented it. What percentage of your employees are back in the office full-time?
I could try to get that information back to you because we have a mix. I came to talk about the budget, but I can try to get back to you.
You don't have any idea how many of your 90,000 people are back in the office full-time?
I can tell you the types of mix of employment that we have.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. You got 90,000 employees.
That's right.
How many are back in the office full-time? What percentage?
And as I said, this is a budget hearing. I came to talk about the budget.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know how many of your people are back in the office full-time?
I can get back to you, Senator. I could get you as best I can a response to that particular question, but I came here to talk about the president's budget.
Why is Medicare Advantage so popular?
I'm sorry?
Why is Medicare Advantage so popular?
Why is Medicare Advantage so popular? You'll have to help me with what do you mean by that?
You don't know what Medicare Advantage is?
I absolutely know what Medicare Advantage is.
Yeah,
when
why
you
is
say
it so
popular, is there some survey that you're talking about, or what?
Yeah, I deal in numbers.
Okay.
About half of our seniors who qualify for Medicare choose Medicare Advantage, don't they?
That's actually more than half.
Okay. And why is that? That makes it popular, right?
Medicare Advantage today, this is the first year that we've seen more individuals select plans in the Medicare Advantage.
Why is it so popular?
Again, when you say popular, I've heard many Medicare beneficiaries who are complaining about being stuck in a Medicare Advantage plan.
Well, is it because the average person, average senior on Medicare Advantage pays $2,400 less in premiums on Medicare Advantage as opposed to traditional Medicare, plus gets more services like dental and vision in many respects? Could that have something to do with it, you think?
I'm assuming that you've seen some polling or surveys that give you some of those answers. I've heard many, many things, both good and bad, about Medicare Advantage.
I've seen the facts. Are you telling me that people on Medicare Advantage don't save money in premiums and copays over traditional Medicare?
I have no doubt that some do, but I wouldn't have no doubt that some pay more.
I'm talking about the average.
Again, I don't know what numbers you're referring to, but I'm more than willing to discuss those with you.
Your department puts out.
Okay, then what are those numbers, Senator?
The numbers say that the average person on Medicare Advantage pays $2,400 less in premiums and copays and gets extra benefits. Is that right?
My understanding is they're also restricted in the doctors they have access to, the hospitals they have access to.
You're trying to destroy Medicare Advantage, aren't you?
We've actually provided an increase in funding for Medicare Advantage.
No, you haven't. You cut funding in 2023 by 1.1%.
That's absolutely incorrect.
And next year you're proposing a 0.16% cut. And in fact, the Medicare.
That's absolutely incorrect.
That's not incorrect.
That's absolutely incorrect.
And in fact, the Medicare trustees.
Senator, saying it doesn't make it true.
The Medicare trustees said that you've lost your mind. My words, not theirs.
Senator, saying something doesn't make it true. The dollar amount that we're giving to health insurance companies and Medicare Advantage
are you telling me today that
increased.
you have not cut payments to insurers in Medicare Advantage last year by 1.1%?
We are giving Medicare Advantage. Health insurance companies under Medicare Advantage are receiving more money this year than they got last year from Medicare.
You cut them by 1.1%.
That's not a cut, Senator.
And you're proposing another 0.1% cut. In fact, I mean, you and President Biden say you will not touch a hair on the head of Medicare, but you're trying to destroy Medicare Advantage.
Actually, the president's budget extends the life of Medicare beyond your and my lifetime.
Look at the numbers. In 2023, under your watch, Medicare Advantage patients saw on average a 12% increase in deductible and a 5%
The
increase
insurance
in
companies did that,
premiums.
not us, Senator.
And Florida and Utah and Wyoming saw their premiums go up 50%.
Okay, Senator, blame the insurance companies, not us.
Because you cut the payments
Senator,
to the
we did
insurance
not cut.
companies to drive them to traditional Medicare where you can control them better. Isn't that the case?
The fiction you're propounding doesn't resolve the issue that we have every year so far under this administration increased the funding for health insurance companies who offer these managed care Medicare Advantage plans.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Now I'll recognize Senator Hyde-Smith.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for your indulgence.